Welcome to the deep dive. Imagine this scenario, right? You're maybe dealing with a security incident, maybe some unauthorized access, or a critical resource just vanishes.
Yeah, the worst case stuff.
Exactly. And the immediate question is always, what happened, when, and who did it? Without a clear record, you're just guessing, really.
Flying blind.
Totally. So today we're diving into the AWS service that gives you that ground truth. We're talking AWS CloudTrail.
Absolutely. And, people often think, oh, CloudTrail, it's just logs. But it's really much more strategic.
How so?
Well, it's about the immutability of those logs, the security it underpins. It makes proving compliance, with things like GDPR, IPA, PCI DSS, much simpler because you have cryptographically verified records.
Cryptographically verified.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's not just bookkeeping. It's foundational for accountability, for troubleshooting in these complex cloud setups.
That's a big claim, fostering trust security. Okay, let's get into the mechanics then. What's CloudTrail actually doing to make all this happen?
Okay, so at its core, AWS CloudTrail. It's a fully managed service. Its job is to meticulously record and track basically every user action and API call.
Every single one.
Pretty much everything significant across your accounts, your regions, all your services. Think of it like your cloud's indestructible black box recorder. It gives you these detailed audit logs.
Okay, audit logs. And you mentioned activity events. What exactly are these events? Are they all the same?
Great question. No, they're not all the same, and knowing the difference is really key. So CloudTrail events are basically JSON objects.
Right, structured data.
Exactly. Detailed records of almost any interaction in your AWS account. API calls, sure, but also console sign-ins, changes to resources, and there are three main types you really need to understand.
All right, lay them out for us.
First, you've got management events. These are your control plane operations.
Control plane. So managing the resources themselves.
Precisely. Creating an S3 bucket, firing up an EC2 instance, changing an IAM policy, these kinds of actions, both read and write operations typically. And these are automatically logged for most services, which is good. They're fundamental.
Okay, makes sense. What's next?
Then you have data events. Now, these track data plane operations. So actions within your resources.
Like uploading a file to S3.
Exactly. S3 object uploads, downloads, or maybe invoking a Lambda function. Here's the twist, though, and it catches people out. Data events are off by default.
Off. Why is that? Seems important.
Volume and cost. These can generate a huge number of logs. Think about every single S3 GET object request.
Oh, okay, I see.
So AWS makes you consciously opt in. You have to configure it specifically for the resources you care about, which actually forces you to think about what data access you really need to audit, helps avoid drowning in logs and costs.
Right, focus visibility. Smart. And the third type?
The third type is insights events. These are a bit different. They're designed to spot unusual patterns.
Like anomalies.
Yeah, exactly. Sudden spikes in API calls, maybe unusual levels of resource provisioning, things that might indicate a security issue or an operational problem. Like data events, you also need to explicitly turn these on. They're like an early warning system.
Okay, management, data, and insights events. Got it.
Yeah.
That distinction, especially for data events and cost, feels really important. So once CloudTrail grabs these events, how does it go from raw JSON to something, useful and auditable? What's that process?
Right. So the events get captured across AWS. Then they're delivered as these JSON log files into an S3 bucket that you choose.
Your own S3 bucket.
Your own S3 bucket, or if you need real-time monitoring, you can stream them directly to CloudWatch logs. The whole setup is defined by what's called a trail.
The trail. Okay.
And this is crucial. Along with the logs, CloudTrail delivers digest files. These contain cryptographic hashes of your log files.
The immutability piece you mentioned earlier.
Exactly. It's tamper evidence. It proves the logs haven't been altered after delivery. Super important for compliance and investigations.
Okay, so the logs are securely stored. How do we actually analyze them? Dig through them?
Good question. You've got options. For recent stuff, say the last 90 days, the CloudTrail console itself is pretty handy.
Just quick lookups.
Yeah. But for serious analysis, long-term stuff, you've got CloudTrail Lake. It's purpose-built, lets you run SQL queries over potentially years of events. Very powerful.
SQL on CloudTrail logs. Nice.
Or if you're keeping the logs in S3, you can use Amazon Athena. Again, the SQL-based querying right on the S3 files. And the really neat part, Automation.
How so?
These events can trigger actions. You can set up CloudWatch alarms based on specific CloudTrail events or trigger Lambda functions.
So like automatically alert security if someone tries to delete a critical resource.
Precisely that. An unauthorized API call happens, boom, an alert goes out,
Yeah.
or a Lambda function tries to remediate it. It moves from passive recording to active response.
Wow, okay. That really closes the loop. It's not just a record. It actually helps you do something about it. It takes the guesswork out, like you said.
Yeah.
So for you listening, trying to wrap your head around this, what are the key strategic takeaways? How do you maximize CloudTrail's value?
Okay, yes, some practical advice. First, always set up at least one trail for management events across all regions. The first one's free, gives you that essential baseline visibility, no reason not to.
Baseline covered. Check.
Second, watch the cost. Seriously. Data events and CloudTrail Lake queries add up. Monitor your billing dashboard. Be very specific about which data events you enable and for what resources. Don't just turn everything on.
Be selective. Got it.
Third, focus on security. Encrypt your log files using AWS KMS. Lock down that S3 bucket with tight IAM policies. Protect the audit trail itself.
Makes sense. Protect the evidence.
And finally, enhance your monitoring. Definitely integrate with CloudWatch logs for that real-time streaming and alarming capability. It enables that proactive response. And consider CloudTrail Lake for deep analysis and long-term compliance needs. It holds data for up to 7 years.
Solid advice. Encrypt, restrict, monitor, be mindful of cost. It really paints CloudTrail as, well, indispensable for visibility, security, and compliance in AWS. It turns that what happens question into a clear, provable answer.
Absolutely. And if you think bigger picture, CloudTrail essentially provides the undeniable proof of actions within your cloud that fosters accountability. It builds trust, which is just critical in today's world.
Yeah, having that indisputable record isn't just about defense against threats, is it? It's about building confidence, clarity in your operations. So here's a thought to leave you with. Thinking about that level of detailed, transparent logging, what other critical business processes, maybe even outside of IT, could really benefit from that kind of absolute accountability? Something to ponder.